ni Jiffy. Parang ano pa sila, dalaw-dalawang isip. And there's a rule that we cannot use public funds to buy medical supplies, medicines, without the FDA signal. So, there's a hostage yung mga rapid tests we would like to buy. I will take the risk. I will order the health department and everybody. In the meantime, private sector is doing it. Maybe we can take over someday or do it all together with your help. I am clearing the way by ordering the purchase. Total, walang FDA local. But what we are trying to buy outside is approved by the FDA, United States of America. So in a sense that almost all of what we eat by products of all sorts, pagka meron ng FDA approved, there's in the box FDA and galing America, kumpante naman tayo niyan. As a matter of fact, I do not really believe that they would do more testing. Ganun lang yan. So, pagka walang yung assessment galing doon sa baba sa DOH, hindi natin mabili. I'm clearing the way. I will ask Secretary Duque to talk to the people in charge, si Secretary Galvez. And they can proceed to buy it immediately, as fast as you can really do the procurement at this time. Take note of the fact that we are all in this, the entire world. We might not have the supply. And also my fear that kung nandyan yung antibody, of course the rich nations will get it first before we can. That I placed a condition there na kung nandyan na yung antibody available na sa market dito and that's being sold in quantity, in numbers, then I'm inclined to maybe at that time lift the lockdown. Yes, Secretary Nograles.
Mr. President, we might have a solution to the problem. Yung limitation po natin is because of the Universal Health Care Law. And the Universal Health Care Law specifically provides na yung DOH and PhilHealth cannot procure unless may approval ng HTA Council. Ito yung HTAC, yung Health Technology Assessment Council. But nothing will preclude, Mr. President, any other agency from purchasing. So, hindi lang pwede ang DOH at PhilHealth. But because we're in the state of calamity, OCD can purchase. So, tama yung sabi mo, sir, na si Secretary Galvez and OCD can do the purchase. Or PSDBM, sir. Basta wag lang DOH PhilHealth, but PSDBM can do the purchasing or the OCD, sir.
How much? Sir, we have to tandem the PCR and the for safety, sir. So we will if we will buy 900,000 actually, sir, 40,000 kits of Sansure can already test 900,000. So if we will test 900,000, the rapid test should be more or less twice as the PCR. So the PCR that we will be buying worth 3.3 billion to include all the capacitation of more or less 28 nationwide accredited civilian and private government hospitals, because we believe in your briefing Two, yeah, yes, 2 million, 2 million. Actually, we will test on a rapid test, 2 million and 900,000 for the PCR for the confirmatory. So that's the we have to have really to have a safety for the false positive and false negative with the PCR, and also in order for that for us also to test the efficacy of the rapid test. So that's the point, sir, that we have to really to buy both. The PCR and all the automated retraction and all, including the freezer, it costs us 3.2 billion. I already submitted it to PSDBM for the immediate procurement. The rapid test we have not yet because we have to sir, we have to be careful. There are rapid tests that sometimes it really gave us false sir. Merong mga rapid test na sir na kailangan natin talaga na FDA approved.
Sec, I can answer that. If you buy in volume the recent purchase of Ayala, you can get it anywhere between $5 to $7. If you buy $1 million worth, it will go down that low. So it is based on volume. You can get it much cheaper if you get it on volume. There's one FDA brand that was purchased recently by Ayala. But you have to buy a bigger quantity. I asked DTI to canvass all the different rapid tests, IgG and IgM. They have a list there, and I can have them send it to you. But the price goes down if it's really in a big volume.
Well, I said you can go ahead and buy it immediately. You have my clearance. Okay. So there you are. Sana na napaintindi ko sa mga kababayan natin kung ano ang ginagawa natin and what are the things that we intend to do in the future. This corona is it's a wild card sa health ng tao. So we do not know how this will end, when, but for lack of a better way of protecting the people, that is except by asking you to go inside your houses, with my assurance that when the antibody that's being, I said, it has passed the medical tests o yung clinical test nila, it's ready to be sold by May. Kung makita ko nandyan at magkaroon tayo ng supply, then I am ready to live. Kasi wala talagang vaccine. It might come, it might not. But itong antibody, which have been manufactured outside of the human body, parang killer ito na just like the antibiotic. Talagang bibirahin niya yung bacteria. Ito naman yung virus, yung katawan lang natin. But, for whatever it is really worth, we have to thank these guys for coming up, and whether the efficacy is really sort of hangs in the balance. But with the assurance that they have tested it medically, I am sure that we're able to come up with something, buy it, and if I think that it is really there for good and can help people, then I am ready, I said, to lift the lockdown. Rolly, yes, wala ka namang problema, Roll. Everything is smooth. I said, the middle class, your patience, yung hindi nakakain, I give it to the barangay captains and the mayors to supervise and look for those guys who are there in the periphery of the barangay, not exactly inside, and that is why maybe they were not included in the listing. look for those guys in the periphery or distancia. Sometimes you have to walk about 5 or 10, not really 10, 5 or about 2 kilometers sa bukid. That is the average between one house to another. We have to reach out to them. This can only be done if the mayor, municipal, or city orders it, and the barangay captains follow the order. Then we would have shortened everything, as explained by Mr. Concepcion, Joey. Things might go all right for this country. So I'd like to thank everybody, and if you still have some, let me see, itong dagdag, they come in. All that I ask is that you wear a mask, one that's durable, one that is, hindi yung laylay, ay yung iba nakasabit na lang dyan sa ilong ninyo. It is not sealed, hindi mo well, at least itong paggamit nito, ano mo, sabi ni, ito, as demonstrated by Dr. Dominguez kanina, ganun mo, parang naisisilyado mo. So, hindi magpasok yung ano. Ipipitan mo lang kunti dito. And be sure to, di matanong ko muna, do we have enough masks for the entire country?
Sir, the Indian community and also with the Indian Chamber just bought 6 million masks. And I believe when they donated to us 150,000 masks, they are planning to buy it again to China. So they already distributed it.
Yeah, see, Rex Daniari is planning to bring, he bought 2 planes, he's looking at bringing another plane.
I don't know if I have to say this, but I have a sort of a note from President Xi Jinping expressing his full support for us at this time, and citing what we did to help China, and of course to erase not really erase, but to counter the malign that they were suffering at this stage. Hindi naman lang kasalanan galing yung who would really want to invent a microbe to kill humankind, pati yung iyo. So he says that they are ready. And wala kayong problema. I think we can have the priority anytime. It's in the other countries producing the antibody. But if China catches up with them, the okay na, then maybe a miracle will happen, and civilization is back on its feet. That is how I see it. So, mga kababayan ko, ginawa namin lahat ito. One is that I really do not want to see a single Filipino dying of, lalo na yung mga bata. So, again, at the risk of being redundant or repetitious, again, I would like to say that go out and seek the hungry before they die. And for itong mga, actually, I do not know if it's still applicable. It's a poor man's standard. Nobody should be offended by this, because that is what we have been using even in our speeches in public. Alam mo kasi, unfairly though, I don't know if it is the classification still good, pero ang ating society, in terms of wealth or was the capacity to hold the money, ang number one is the class A, Group A, which are really the billionaires, the Ayalas and all of them, good for them. And the second is class B, still the millionaires, but not as rich and not as powerful as class A. Then we have the C, class C. I don't know if this holds, if this will hold true until now. Ang class A, yun yung mga mayaman na nakapagbili kung kotse, bago, bahay. Ang class D, you have to divide this. Upper D, yung may mga trabaho at wala masyadong utang. At ito namang lower, class D, lower. Dalawa yan, division, na kailangan talaga ng tulong. At yung nagbabayad, I said that it was Governor Remulla who suggested it first. It was just also a prayer to government na this group or this class of people should be looked into and receive assistance. So I said we study and we might be able to produce the money. Sunny is doing his best, and I said, ang ano lang is we can still borrow. But pag wala na, then we start to, kung ano yung mga bagay-bagay natin. Kaya nga meron kang ano dyan to save for the rainy day. I mean, everything is almost gone, and there is nowhere a source that you can find. We can always start selling the properties. Yung sino yung makabili ng cultural center, parang palasyo yan. Pwede mo gawin palasyo, nandiyan ka sa trono. Then, marami yan. And the whole of Dewey Boulevard, marami tayong lupa dyan. And it's itong the peripheral lands around PICC, pati yung cultural center. So, yan ang sinasabi ko. Ang problema is wala pang vaccine. That should be the number one cure actually. But there's a glimmer of hope dito sa mga medisinang nagawa ng mga pharmaceuticals. Again, I repeat, ito yung antibody. It is not a vaccine because hindi naman ito kinuha ng tao. I really do not know. Might, pero little lumalabas doon sa data na binibigay dyan sa mga media outlets. Pero pag nandyan na yan, at siguro na tayo. So with that, I'd like to thank everybody. Still, my salute, my snappy salute goes to the health workers, mga doctor, nurses, and we will protect you. We will find a way of, pagkagabi na, and you are still far away from your home, kasi hindi naman you are not delivered or conveyed hanggang hagdanan. So ito lang magawa ko sa lahat. If you are still about a kilometer away, na malayo ka, at may makita ka ng pulis, parahin mo. Tumingin ka dyan sa gitna, at sabihin mo sa pulis, magpahatid ka. So, the PNP is put on notice that kung yung mga ganon, hindi naman standard, there are few public motor vehicles running at saka yung may mga franchises, most of them are also inside their houses or has taken off for a vacation. So the police should come in. Yung mga health workers, may card man yan na naglaklakad, tanungin ninyo kung kaano siya kalayo pa at pasakayin ninyo. Give them a lift and deliver them to the house. Galing terminal, hindi naman deliver yan tao por tao sa bahay. Bababa sa terminal, and if you feel that you have to walk, you really have to walk. And if you feel tired or just want to go easy, you flag down any police, military or police. And my order is this, give them a lift. Tumulong kayo sa kapwa-tao natin. These guys are important in our fight because without them, all is lost. So again, I ask for everyone's cooperation. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
At yan ang naging briefing ng Pangulo ngayong gabi. Ayon sa Pangulo, nagkakaproblema raw sa pamamahagi ng tulong ngayon dahil walang ID system. Pero inaayos na raw ito sa pamamagitan ng survey para mabigyan lahat ng tulong pati na ang mga wala ang pangalan sa listahan. Samantala, inatasan ng Pangulo ang pulisya na arestuhin ang mga nanghaharas sa mga health workers. Ipinag-utos rin niya sa mga government hospitals na i-admit ang mga COVID-19 patients dahil ire-relieve at masususpindi ang mga hindi susunod dito. Samantala, minungkahi ng DOF sa Pangulo na bigyan rin ng subsidy ang middle class, partikular ang mga empleyado ng small businesses. Sa pagtatapos ay ipinag-utos ng Pangulo ang pagbili ng mga karagdagang FDA-approved test kits na nagkakahalaga ng mahigit 3 bilyong piso. At yan ang ating live coverage. Ako po si Bernadette Reyes, buong puso para sa Pilipino.